Very lucky today because we've got Dick Lee speaking to us from Minnesota. I'm here in Melbourne. Dick and I have been speaking about all things customer for the last couple of years, and I very much appreciate and respect his views of what's going on in the market. So I thought today I would ask Dick, how are you, Dick, first of all?
I am fine, thank you, Ray.
Good, good. So I just wanted to ask just how you saw the market at the moment. What's going on, and what are you thinking about things customer at the moment?
Well, I think it's confused. What I see is some companies recognizing that building and tightening customer relationships is essential for sustained growth and profitability. At the same time, I see other people who have been moving in that direction start moving backsliding and moving backwards. Overall, I think there are more companies, there are more organizations that are getting it, that they really have to address customer experience and all things customer. But it's certainly not a majority of companies. There's a lot of lip service.
Yeah.
But when it comes down to doing something about it, particularly investing in it, that's where you separate the men from the boys or the women from the girls. It's an investment.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And it's also, in addition to being a financial investment, it's an organizational investment. It requires a lot of change management to realign a company to provide a better customer experience. And it's a lot of work. And a lot of companies tiptoe up to the starting line to see what's ahead of them, and they just turn around and tiptoe back.
Mm-hmm.
And so I can't say that there's one dominant direction right now, except that things are gradually moving towards, the baseline is moving towards a greater acceptance of having to align around customers.
Yeah, yeah. So tell me a little bit more about that. What is it you're seeing that tells you that? How do you know that? Is it the inquiries you're getting, or is it what you're observing in the market?
It's the seriousness of the inquiries. And when a customer approaches me and says, we need to get closer to customers, and they may say, we have some strategies that we think would be effective, but we understand that we have to do major process change, which will include systems change, and organizational redesign, and we're ready to go there. 5 years ago, you really never got that call. What you got was a call that says we want to go there, and then you would have to gradually break the bad news to them that this isn't a waltz.
Yeah.
And some companies would turn around and say, this is too much, and others would plunge forward. But for the first time now, I'm experiencing prospective clients calling and saying, we're ready to go, and we understand what's involved, and it's hard, but we're prepared.
Yeah. Yeah, yeah. So perhaps without breaking commercial confidentiality, what's been your best success story of the last year or so?
Probably the best one is a technology company that does implementation work, and they have a national practice, and they've always believed in the importance of customer relations, but it's an entrepreneurial company that outgrew infrastructure and got to a point where it wasn't scalable. What they were doing wasn't scalable, and they knew that they had to really rip things up and restructure themselves. Their technology was abysmal, and they had some entrenched players who liked the positions they had and the authorities they had and weren't keen on moving. And the president and the CEO both laid down the line about, we are going to continue to grow and we can't do it organized the way we are. And this is a company that grew right through the recession. So, very successful organization. And they've been absolutely true to their word. If I have a problem, I have an open door to the president or the CEO, whoever's more available at the moment, to discuss issues, including resistance. And we're quite far along. A lot of the new process is being implemented. There's a whole bunch that can't be implemented until we redo technology. But we're going to change their technology from CRM all the way back to ERP, with numerous components in between. And they're ready for it.
Yeah. And has that been a big shift for them? Is the customer centricity being the driving force through the whole process?
That's not new to them.
Yeah.
What's new is the understanding that they can't just think customer. And they can't just train people to take better care of customers. There has to be infrastructure. The process has to be redesigned. Technology has to enable the process. And there's still, in some customer experience circles, it's coming from the consulting side too. People still cling to, if you train your employees well in customer values, you're going to be fine. Everything else will follow along. It's a fairy tale. It's much harder than that.
Yeah.
And what I really respect about this client is that they're ready and they get it.
Yeah.
And they're committed. And we haven't had a backstep the whole time.
Yeah. Amazing.
In contrast, that we worked for about a year with a global client, and we did some great work in design, but it got to the point of implementation, and this company is known as, or has the image of being very avant-garde, very forward, very progressive. Couldn't get over the hump.
Okay.
Couldn't swallow the change. And our client, who brought us on board, who was in a senior position, designed to improve customer experience end to end across the board, left in frustration.
Really? Yeah.
Yeah,
Dick, that's our sort of 9-10 minutes up. What I'd like to do is schedule another time. We'll come back, and I'd like a bit more detail around where do people start with this stuff. So if I could have a second chat, that would be great. But thanks for your time this morning.
Okay, thank you.
Thanks a lot.